But there was a lot of myth making going on when I grew up. And the myths usually had to deal with people coming to kill you. And here's the thing. Some of them were. Like, some of them were. Now that we've known about, the human trafficking and stuff, kids were getting kidnapped. Kids were getting snatched. But not nearly as often as it would seem. And on Long Island, you had to see some of us that were getting warned. Like, some of us, we weren't getting snatched if we wanted to. Nobody was pulling up in a van and grabbing us. But like every day, your mother would be like, just understand that there's people out there that are going to kidnap you and fuck you good. It's like, all right. The thing is, if we were innocent kids, listen, they weren't wrong to warn us, but what was hilarious is that we were cocaine addicts and stealing from them. That was funny. In hindsight, that's what makes it funny. Mm-hmm. Not so much that they weren't really wrong, but it was just funny that we were like going and doing blow in the projects, and they were like, you're just good kids. There's bad people in the world. I'm like, we know, we're them. We got a good idea. They were all of our friends. All the people selling coke to 14-year-olds, those bad people, yeah, we know them. They're pretty funny. They're actually a good hang. But I'm sure that there's not. I'm sure that there is not. The thing with the wedding, there's a lunch and then the ceremony and then the dinner. I don't need to be there for the lunch and then the dinner. No one's doing that. No one's doing it. We go for one meal. It's not 9 meals. Otherwise, you go there for the whole weekend. I can't go there for the whole weekend. You go for the ceremony. You do the meal. I don't even go to my best friend's wedding. My friend Joe got married in New York. I had a weekend. I worked for years to start headlining at clubs, and if they let you get a shot to headline, it could be the only shot you get that year or that 18-month period. You want to get in the rotation of these clubs. So a lot of people that I really love and care about, I could not go to their weddings because I work Friday, Saturday nights. This is what I fucking do. I mean, and I worked for free for many years to get to the point where I could get paid to work on a Friday or a Saturday night. So it's not that I don't value people committing to each other or the ceremony, but what I can't do is give up. And now I can do it easier than I could then. Now I can move things around more than I could have then. Back then, I was just getting on the map. This was like my first chance at a lot of these clubs headlining. And, people would get married. I would have to go, I can't. I really have to work. I mean, that's a fact, It's literally a fact. I enjoy weddings. I've had fun. I've had good times at weddings. I'm trying to think of my favorite wedding that I've been to. Maybe my friend Joe and Allison, who you met, mortgage people. Mm-hmm. They had a lot of fun because it was a very Long Island wedding. The Long Island wedding is always a huge waste of money. A Long Island wedding is an $80,000 where you take a handful of money and light it on fire in front of a room full of people. It's a 12-hour event where you save for like 2 years and you live in a basement and you because your wife wants to feel like a princess for 9 hours before she goes back and does medical billing for 9 years and gets fat. She wants to feel like a princess for just a day before she goes back and starts drinking fucking French vanilla coffee mate out of the fucking bottle with her other friends and smoking Marlboro menthol lights outside of the medical billing office in Coram. But before she commits herself to a lifetime of that, she wants to shove her ribeye-sized steak feet into a few nice shoes, put on a nice but cheap-looking but expensive wedding gown, because Long Island loves spending a lot of money on something that looks like you found it, and then strutting her stuff. She's been on keto for 9 months. She's lost 6 pounds because she doesn't know what keto is. And you And all your dirtbag friends get to go do cocaine one more time, and I mean one more time that week, at a strip club the night before, the week before the big day. And then your father gives you a fun talk, before the wedding. He says some, profound grunt. He's like, you're like, thank you. That's, thank you for that guidance. And then you go to a place like Jericho Terrace, or you go to a place like Leonard's of Great Neck, where they shot a scene from The Sopranos. You go to a garish, disgusting Long Island catering hall that has some stupid name like Chateaubriand. And you go to this place, and it has a fountain, and it looks like a place where they have like Little League trophy night, which they do. And it looks like a place where subprime mortgage brokers learn how to rob you. We did. And it looks like a place where they have sales conferences, big-titted, blonde-haired bitches and Goomba, greasy-haired pigs eat chicken franchise and figure out a way to snatch your pension from you with PowerPoint presentations. Because that's what these places do during the day. And then on the weekends, they all light themselves up so that Nicole and Tommy can finally tie the knot. A match made in heaven. I met Nicole at Lily Flanagan's when she lost her shoe. She was vomiting. When I asked if she had too much to drink, she said, no, it's because I'm actually pregnant. But she was enjoying herself, having a few drinks. I fell in love immediately. The next day, I took her to get an abortion and a bacon, egg, and cheese. And we discussed how sometimes movies aren't good. Over the next year, we decided to move in together because we could not afford our apartments on our own. Moving in together was a very big step for us because we had both been evicted the week before. Nicole supported my DJ business, and I supported her as a medical receptionist. She would make people radiology appointments, and I would show up in the parking lot, and we would get high during lunch break. We adopted a pit bull, which we cared for as best as we could. We had to give it to my father because it was hard to afford all of the food, and it also bit one of the children on our block in the face. We should have trained it better, but this is life. As my father always said, it's always something, Then I finally got a job punching tickets on the Long Island Railroad. I gave them my name 4 years ago, and then finally they allowed me to take my place, my rightful place, among the legends that work in the most important job in New York, taking people from Long Island into the city so that they can do their jobs and watch Rangers games. Nicole also did very well. Sadly, the two kids that she were watching for a year got hit by a car. So Nicole decided she was going back to bartending. Our parents were so proud when we finally got married. I proposed at Lily Flanagan's. And then our parents told us that they would pay for our ceremony at Chateaubriand. Nicole, I love you. I've always loved you. What happened with your friend doesn't matter. You know that she's a skank whore. And I know that you've always loved me. I can't wait to have many children with you, show them how to play baseball and get drunk and beat each other up. I mean, that's the Long Island, And then she's like, thank you, Tommy. I love you, Tommy. My name is Nicole. I feel very special today because my friend Donatella is here with me. I know that you've had many struggles over the past 4 years. You were gone for a period of time, in and out of rehab and jail. I love you, Donatella. Thank you for being. Where is Donatella? She's in the bathroom. All right. When she gets out, tell her I tell her I love her. Tommy, you're so beautiful inside and out. You're not only a person that I know, but you're someone that I really truly understand. The first time we saw a movie together, Harry Potter, I remember how we said it was overrated and we didn't really understand it. And then you explained to me that we had actually seen the third Harry Potter and we should have saw the first two Harry Potters first. Then we went and saw the first two Harry Potters with each other, and now Harry Potter is the most favorite thing we've ever seen ever because you're my magic, baby. We don't have Dumbledore, but we got each other. Our honeymoon will be at Harry Potter World, and we will stay at the Safari Inn where they will pick us up in a van. There will be a fat man on the roof yelling. You will say that you think you know him and that you did coke with him in your town. And he's the comedian. We will then ask him for free tickets to his show at the Comedy Store. So I just want to say, Tommy, I absolutely love you. I want to thank my mother. My mother, you're everything to me. You show me what it's like to be a bad bitch who drinks Long Island iced teas, who doesn't take any shit, who shows up for work when she wants, who quit cigarettes and yet still smokes, who knows how to carry herself in the community as a woman. You told me how to be a woman, Mommy. I'm going to cry. I just love everybody so much. Thank you for sharing a special day. So I love weddings. I love them. Long Island weddings are the best weddings because they're two people, two criminals, two demons, two monsters, two things that crawled out of a swamp of coffee creamer and bacon, egg, and cheese with ketchup and buffalo calamari and beer farts and Long Island iced teas and excuses and the dog ate my homework and I failed out of Oneonta. Two absolute pieces of the puzzle that unite and start the process of living a horrible life and ruining this world just a little bit. Just a little bit in the ways that they can. Being a little ruder, a little dirtier. They make the world a little less understanding. Oh, enough. I had a real rally there, but there's nothing better than a Long Island wedding. It's something that's great. If you need, go get a potato and put a Marlboro Light in its mouth and watch that and then press play on your phone.